What if I told you the mirror has been lying to you your entire life? Not just the physical mirror, but the mental one, the way your mind reflects your image, your worth, and your magnetism to the world. You see flaws, others see depth. You see awkwardness, others see intrigue. You underestimate your presence, yet someone out there is quietly captivated by you. This isn't some motivational fluff. It's psychology, science, and the strange truth about how others perceive you, far differently than you perceive yourself. Let's dive in. Section 1. The Attractiveness Illusion. Why your brain lies to you. Have you ever heard of self-enhancement bias? It's where people overestimate their own qualities. But here's something even stranger. Some people have the opposite condition, self-deprecating distortion. Your brain isn't built to show you the truth, it's built to protect you. It filters your memories, your comparisons, your reflections through fear and survival. When you look in the mirror, your brain immediately compares, not just with models or influencers, but with your idealized self. That comparison is unfair, because it leaves out the things that actually make you attractive to others. Your energy, your voice, your gestures, your eye contact, your silence, your chaos, your calm. You can't see those things the way others do. You're watching yourself through a lens, not of truth, but of protection, insecurity, and bias. Section 2. The mere exposure effect. People find you more attractive over time. Let's talk about something called the mere exposure effect. In psychology, it means the more people are exposed to something or someone, the more they begin to like it, even if at first they felt neutral or unsure. So that person who sees you every day on the bus, the coworker who catches glimpses of your side profile in meetings, the friend who didn't notice much at first but now smiles a little longer. They're being affected by your presence. You may not be a head-turner in a crowd, but you don't need to be. You're a soul-turner over time, a slow burn, a presence that grows quietly and lingers deeply. This is scientific truth. Familiarity breeds emotional connection, and emotional connection breeds attraction. Section 3. Vocal attractiveness. Your voice is a secret power. Here's something most people never realize. Your voice is magnetic. Research shows that voice tone and rhythm are strong indicators of perceived attraction, sometimes more powerful than facial features. A voice that is calm, deep, soft, animated, or simply authentic triggers feelings of safety, curiosity, and desire. You don't hear your voice the way others do. In fact, you hear a distorted version of your own voice through internal vibrations. That's why most people cringe when they hear recordings of themselves. But guess what? Others don't hear that version. They hear the real one. And more often than not, that voice of yours is way more captivating than you believe. So don't suppress your laugh. Don't shrink your tone. Let your voice live, because it speaks volumes beyond words. Section 4. Micro-expressions and unconscious attraction cues. Attraction isn't loud. It's not in filters, six-packs, or symmetry. It lives in microseconds. Micro-expressions, those tiny flashes of emotion across your face, are powerful. When you smile, even slightly, your eyes wrinkle, your lips twitch, and someone somewhere feels warmth. Your body language, posture, pupil dilation, pace of speech, these are all unconscious indicators of attraction. You don't need to do anything special, you just need to be. Because your nervous system speaks before your words do. And when you're aligned, calm, kind, real, you radiate signals of safety, confidence, and beauty. Section 5. The pratfall effect. Your flaws make you more attractive. Here's something wild. In a famous study, psychologist Elliot Aronson discovered that people actually liked others more when they made small mistakes. This is called the pratfall effect. When you spill coffee, laugh awkwardly, forget a word, or trip over your words, it doesn't make you less attractive. It makes you more human. And that humanness, that's where real connection happens. People are not drawn to perfection. They're drawn to warmth, relatability, and the courage to be real. So the very things you're ashamed of, your quirks, your clumsiness, your moments of vulnerability, those might be the exact things someone is falling for. Section 6. Perceived versus projected self. What you think, others feel. Let's go deeper. In psychology, there's something called self-fulfilling prophecy. The way you believe you're being perceived often shapes the way you're actually being perceived. If you walk into a room feeling unattractive, unwanted, or invisible, your body posture, facial expression, and even your tone shift. But if you walk in believing you have something to offer, people pick up on that. Attraction is not just visual, it's energetic, and energy comes from belief. What you project, others reflect. So here's the paradox. You'll be more attractive the moment you stop trying to be. The moment you shift your focus from, do they like me, to, am I being fully me? The entire room changes. Section 7. You are not your worst angle. Why cameras lie too. Let's settle this. Cameras distort your image. Your phone lens, lighting, angles, they compress depth, flatten shadows, and highlight features in unnatural ways. Even your selfies are a lie. They're often mirrored, meaning they show your flipped face, not the version others see. This can create something called image dysmorphia, where you think you look worse than you do, simply because you're viewing yourself through distorted tools. The truth? You don't look like your worst photo. You don't sound like your worst voice note. You don't act like your most awkward moment. You are a living, moving, feeling human being, and that cannot be captured in still pixels. Closing, the powerful truth. If you've ever felt invisible, if you've ever thought I'm just not good-looking enough, if you've compared yourself to others and believed you're falling short, then remember this. There are people who see your face and feel peace. People who hear your voice and feel calm. People who stand near you and feel safer, better, seen. You may never know how deeply someone admires you, because we rarely express the depth of our perceptions out loud, but they're real. You are more attractive than you believe, not just in how you look, but in how you make people feel. So stop shrinking, stop doubting, start walking like the room is better because you're in it, because it is. And now, you know the science behind it.